Well, Brent, it may be unconventional, but you made it to the final round of this competition. You're gonna go head-to-head against a smith whose current record is 7 wins and 0 losses.
Oh.
We're gonna see if you have what it takes to beat the unbeaten. Ben Abbott.
Brent, big surprise. Brent and I have been friends ever since that first episode. It's a hell of a time. I know he's an amazing smith, so I'm gonna have to go all out plus a little to keep the streak going.
Well, Bladesmiths, I gotta say, guys, I am thoroughly thrilled about this competition, not only because we got 2 talented smiths here, but because you guys have a little bit of history. You know each other, you've worked side by side before, and I'm very, very excited to see you guys battle it out. In the next 8 hours, gentlemen, you will be going head-to-head in a bladesmithing competition where you need to make a blade from start to finish. Now, as you guys can see, Dave and Doug are not going to be joining us for this round. For fairness, they're not going to have a clue whose blade is whose when they get into testing. Now, Brent, because you won the last round, you were able to choose whatever blade you wanted from our Forge and Fire vault that you wanted yourself and Ben to build. So for the next 8 hours, you are both going to be working diligently to build this. The Ida sword.
The Ida.
The Ida sword, used by the Yoruba people of West Africa, features a double-edged leaf-shaped blade ideal for harvesting crops in the fields, as well as inflicting lethal slashes and stabs in battle. This deadly weapon appeared in Season 4 of Forge and Fire, where both smiths produce ornate Damascus patterns, but one smith's mistake during his quench caused the sword to chip during the strength test, costing him the competition.
Your time starts now.
So as my billet's coming up to heat in the forge, I'm working on forging out my wrought iron. This feels really solid, really good. But I have to move on because I know that this sword build is gonna take every minute that I have. This is a critical moment because I've got to have good welds. There we go. It looks good. It's not splitting apart at the ends in any significant way, and I'm really happy with it. See if it works. The center spine that I forged in on my tooling is not really straight. It's very lumpy, but I have so much to do, I have to move on. This is a critical moment because this is the moment where this thing becomes a sword. It's warped, so I'm going straight to the leg vise to start to look at straightening. I don't love that. I'm pulling on this blade back and forth to bend it into the correct shape. Okay, stick with that. I've got a really warpy blade, but I still have a lot of mass on this blade, so I can grind a little off of this side, a little off of that, and find a center that's straight. I take my blade out of the temper, and I realize that I've got to get this handle going. I want to make sure that it indexes well and it's not too round. I want those judges to feel like it was shaped proportionate to their hands. I just want it to be comfortable for them to use, and safe, of course. I finally get the thing shaped up. I just grab that handle and feel that sword, and this moment is the first moment I've felt like a sword. It's great.
After the welds are set, I get the billet to length. Now it's time to start grinding all of that scale off of both sides of that billet so that I can cut it and restack it. All I've got now is one more weld to get the wrought iron and nickel stuck onto this billet, and I'm off to the races. This is both the scariest and most fun part about this build. If the weld doesn't stick, it would be catastrophic. This weld has to take. Now I'm relatively confident that this billet is welded. The next step is to cut the shoulders for the bolster, where the bolster matches up to the handle. And my first squeeze is on the tang side of what's going to be my bolster. I have to be really careful here because it could end up being a weak spot. It could break. So I'm paying a very close attention to make sure I don't over squeeze that junction between bolster and blade. Now it's time for the quench. I don't want to lose. I've given all the time I can give to the blade and the acid. It's now time to take a look. Dude! It looks boss, man. I see the nickel, I see the wrought iron in the center. I'm super excited. It's just a matter of the last little bits now. 5,
1. Great work. Please put down your blades and prepare yourselves for testing.
All right, bladesmiths, welcome to the dynamic keel test. To find out how lethal your Ida swords are, I'm gonna cut through this ballistics dummy and pork loins. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this. All right, guys, the first thing about this is when you pick it up, it's forward heavy because you have thicker grinds right here. But when you swing it, it's manageable. I like the flare that he put over there because it's really giving me a nice counterbalance, especially when you're swinging something that has a forward weight to it. Overall, it will kill. All right, gentlemen, when I pick up this blade, I can feel the distribution of the weight be far more even compared to Gold's over here. When I'm cutting this, because of that distribution, it's even a deeper chop into this ballistics dummy. Now, when I'm grabbing onto the handle here, actually it feels good. It's a void. I can really tell where the edge is. Overall, it will kill.
All right, gentlemen, it's time for our combined strength and sharpness test, the ammo crate chop and foam dummy slice. Gold animals up. So, right off when you pick up this weapon, there's a lot of weight up here in this blade. But in that test, the blade took a warp right there. As far as the edges of the blade go, they held up quite well, but there's really no getting around that bend. All right, this thing is a superior cutter. Those cuts took maybe half the effort to get deeper into that target. As far as the strength test goes, it took no damage. Nice piece.
Well, Bladesmiths, in 8 hours, you were both tasked to build a very difficult blade with an even more difficult technique. But in this competition, only one of you can come out on top. The winner of today's Forge and Fire competition is... Ben Abbott. You are now 8-0, buddy. Congratulations. Brent, I'm gonna have to ask you to please step off the forge floor.
I was able to do something pretty incredible, I think, in 8 hours, but Ben's a whole nother level. It looks like he took 4 days on it, like a normal challenge. Unbelievable. I'm a 2-time loser.
Ben.
Holy
Current
guacamole.
record of 8-0 in the forge. How are you feeling?
I feel amazing. I'm super excited. Brent is such an amazing smith, and to be able to pull up a win against him, I just feel absolutely amazing.
But here I am, still undefeated.
With any luck, I'll be able to keep this streak alive for ever and a day.
There's a lot of smiths out there that might want to take me down, but I'm here, I'm ready, bring it on.